abuela too. She'd be like, "Mija, you better make sure that you keep like secret money." And she's really great advice.
I'm not against women having their education, right? 'Cause I think that there is a level of security, and I think that that's beautiful. I think there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, for sure.
But when you talk about hiding the money, what my mind goes to is fear again. What if he leaves? So have this there as a just in case.
I know that I have a community behind me.
Sure.
And so, although my mom, she always told me, never depend on a man. She was like, for anything, you need to make sure that you have your own job. My abuela too. She'd be like, "Mija, you better make sure that you keep like secret money." And she's really great advice. And you need to go to college, and you need to, do this and that. But when it came to my brother, like my mom would be like, "You will always have your brother. You will always have your tia. Like if I'm gone, or if your dad is gone, you have your aunts and your primos and stuff like that." So it wasn't so much a romantic person to depend on; it was family to depend on.
I agree.
Yeah. So
let me build on that real quick though. But what does that demonstrate though? Like think about the narrative you just said there. So your mom and your grandma said, hide money under the mattress, just in case. Not why, just in case. But at the same time, say your brother and your family, we got you. You understand? That's confusing because you're kind of saying the same thing. You're saying two different things, but they actually conflict with one another. Because one is saying, be so independent because in case, I'm not going to speak for her, but I'm going to give my take, just my initial response. In case he leaves, have that there, right? I'm not against women having their education, right? 'Cause I think that there is a level of security, and I think that that's beautiful. I think there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, for sure.
But when you talk about hiding the money, what my mind goes to is fear again. What if he leaves? So have this there as a just in case. Not like he passed away and he had a life insurance policy. So like he bounced.
He
so
left.
I'm going to put this there. But at the same time, teaching you that it's okay to be dependent on the people who are there for you. Why can't I also say, hey, if I have a partner who has demonstrated that level of trust and security with me, why can't I not then depend on them too?
Well, I just did it right now. When you said partner, I nodded in my head because I have to unlearn that. But, well, not really unlearn. I do understand what they're saying in the sense of like romantic relationships are great. Your children are the love of your life. That's what I grew up with.
Sure.
So my parents have a great marriage. This is from my parents' words. They love each other very much. But then I grew up with a lot of aunts and, uncles and stuff. And they're like, if you ever have kids, those are the love of your life. And you don't literally like my great grandmother told my abuela and my mom told me, you don't ever leave your daughter alone in a room with any man, including her father. So that's some generational trauma there.
Yeah.
For me and the people that I grew up with, obviously something tragic must have happened for her to say that.
Sure.
But romantic relationships are great, but your children, your siblings, your cousins, that's where you need to make sure that if anything happens, you go to them. So that's what I was raised on. So you can be independent from your partner.
No, and that's why I was trying to make that point because I get what you mean. I didn't hear it in that specific way, but my family was very much the same. They were just we're always here for you. In my mind though, because the way I got raised, I was just like, it's just me. I'm running this race by myself.
Which I get because of your experience. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. My father was hyper. It's just you, man.
Yeah.
But I say that again because when I think about this idea again, I'm gonna keep using the word fear. A lot of us do things out of fear. We make a lot of hasty decisions because we're afraid of what could happen. And I'm always a fan of having those hyper uncomfortable conversations because then it helps diffuse those situations. So I'm not constantly planning perhaps in my mind or having the mental preoccupation that you're going to leave or bail on me or leave me with these kids or take away your income or whatever the case may be. I don't think that's how people want to actually go into relationship formation. It's like, so this is going to fail, and because it's going to fail, I'm going to do this in response now, because I know you're not going to be there.
It's fear.
Because my grandma told me, I can't trust you. She said I could trust my brother, my cousins, my aunts, her, but not you. No matter how much I love you, no matter how much I care about you, you're going to do something shady to me one day. So I am going to make sure I am ready to have my escape hatch, pull the parachute, I'm out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Because of her trauma.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that because, and I love that you put the word there. Sometimes we're not even aware that we're passing these things along. Like, we don't even know why sometimes we're doing stuff. I was told I can't be in the room alone with you. Or I have to have this money again in this account. Why? Because my grandma said, just do it.
Yeah.
And then when they start talking, yeah, but why do you think she said that? Because maybe she got left.
Yeah.
Or maybe one of her siblings got abandoned.
Yeah.
And she was like, that's never going to happen to anybody else in my family. So I'm going to tell all the girls, don't trust men.